Hi, my name's Louise and I'm an instructor with LCTKD, and over the next 6 weeks I'm going to go through the section called Focus On. So week 1 we're going to look at start and the first move, which is look in the mirror. So we've already talked in our previous clips about our posture and how we stand, how we relax, how we hold ourselves. So from here we go into this move called start. So I'll go through that a few times from different angles. From the side, I'll turn as well. And so you can see exactly what we're doing. It's more than just lifting our arms. Start, although not one of our 9 moves in the Chinatown Dragon, it's equally as important as the moves that we officially do. It's how we start. Think of it as a way to begin, how we want to continue throughout the form. So I've got my arms down by my sides. My knees are relaxed. I'm standing upright. I have the golden thread, lifting, aligning, lengthening. My arms are relaxed by my side. My shoulders are relaxed. So I sink down, just creating a little more bend in the knees. And then as I lift and push through the soles of my feet, the arms start to lift too. And then I sink down, bringing the arms with me. So I like to imagine that your arms are being lifted by something pulling them up, strings attached to these arms, these hands, being lifted up. So it's harder than it seems, isn't it? Something as simple as lifting these hands, when we actually break it down, become relaxed, soften the body, is a lot harder than we think. So from the side, again we soften, we're being lifted. So we're not leaning forward, we're not pushing the hips forward, we're sinking downward. Imagine that we just propped ourselves up against. So lifting these hands, let the wrists relax. You see, I'm just taking these up towards my chin. No, it doesn't have to come. We're not coming up really high. As soon as we start to come high, the temptation is to lift the shoulders. So keeping the hands relaxed, the wrists relaxed, taking this up towards, say, the height of the chin. And bring the elbows down, the hands are just going to follow. Bring the elbows into our sides and let the hands follow. And they finish again down by the side of the body. So my feet are in parallel. Notice how I haven't got one foot in front of the other. They are parallel. And we say they should be shoulder distance or hip distance apart. So our next move, our official first move on our Chinatown dragon form, this is called look in the mirror. Now for this move, you go from facing forward and you're going to turn to your right side. So again, we'll go through it a little bit at a time. There's a different foot position, different hand position with this one. So my feet are parallel. Bring the weight over onto my right side, and from my left hip, I turn the leg inward. So I'm pigeon toe from this side. I bring the weight onto my left leg, and I'm going to lift and take the right foot over, across. Now I've not brought the right foot all the way round again to parallel, they're staggered. The right foot is in front of the left, but they're in line still with my hips or my shoulders. And this is known as a bow and arrow stance. We use it throughout the whole of the form. Okay. So things to remember, we start at shoulder or hip distance. We try to stay in that distance as we step round to our bow and arrow. So my weight's on my right, I turn the left hip, not the knee, the hip, take the right foot across. Okay. So we land on the heel. With our movement, when we step forward, we land heel first and then lower the ball of the foot and the toes. So again, weight comes onto this right side. This is our weight transfer. I turn the left. Weight comes onto my left, lift the right foot and step over. See how I land on the heel and then lower the foot. And as I lower the rest of the foot, this weight shifts so that it's now 50-50 across both feet. So I've gone from having the weight on the left side, stepping across, right foot comes down and the weight shifts forward. Not fully forward, the weight's not fully on this front leg, it's central. Okay. My hips are square on. So I start facing forward and then turn to my right side. My hips are now facing the right side. So we said this move is known as look in the mirror. So I want you to imagine that your right hand is a mirror, like an old-fashioned mirror with a handle. The palm of my hand is the mirror, my forearm is the handle. I'm going to lift this right hand in front of me and the left hand is going to come to the side of the forearm. And I can do this by bringing the little finger, it's near towards the elbow, the lower arm. And I either have this hand facing, this left hand facing the forearm, or turned up slightly with the little finger close. I tend to have this more with the palm of the left hand towards the right forearm. So looking in the mirror, our face is going to be looking in our mirror. And that gives us an indication of the height this right hand should go. So let's start feet facing. Weight shifts to the right side, turn the left side. Take the right foot over, step, lower the heel, roll the foot. Now at the same time, can we lift this right hand? Then we bring the left hand to the forearm. So notice my hips are square onto this right side. I'm looking at my right hand. Try not to allow these arms to be pulled away from the body. I can notice stretch. If you're noticing a lot of stretch, then maybe you need to bring that in. So thank you for joining me with this session, and I'll see you again next week for another 2 moves we can focus on.